I will give you 2 or 3 more exams on Monday. Okay. All right, read through it. You show me where the what catches your eyeball here as you read through number 11. Hopefully something does at this point in the review. What's catching your eyes here? Yep, normally distributed. What's your process if numbers are normally distributed? Where am I going? Normal CDF, second VARs. Everyone go ahead. Less than 3.7. What's your lower bound? Yeah, there you go. I love the chorus. You got to love that, huh? Negative 1E, 99. Upper bound? 3.7. What's that next one mean? Literally. Never mind. 4 and 0.2. You don't even have to do a darn thing here. You don't have to multiply by how many there are. Nothing. Just what proportion of them. And 0.0.
668.
We rolling. All good? Not bad, huh? All right, let's see what else we can get crazy with. How about 19? Let's get a little crazy with 19. What? Oh, all right. It's all right. It's fine. $19. Ready? No. It has nothing to do with that. I picked this one. The reason I picked this one is because I can't do any storing in. There's no shortcut to this. The shortcut's going to be finding the root so you can tell me what type they are. All right, so I need your help. In these two equations, what's your first move? Get y by itself in the first one. Love it, love it. So, yep, get the 2x over, so negative y equals negative 2x plus 4. Yep, got to get the negative out of there. Perfect, guys. So we're looking at y equals 2x minus 4. And now what are you going to do with that? Plug it into the second equation for y. I like it. X plus 3 all squared plus 2x minus 4 all squared equals 8. Nobody's panicking yet. We got this. I start to panic now because I don't know what you're going to do here with these squareds. Hopefully just not apply it to the x and the 3. You're going to FOIL double distribute x plus 3, x plus 3. And then because you had so much fun doing that, you're going to do it again. 2x minus 4, 2x minus 4. Oh, you asked for so much. Doesn't he know it's Friday? Yes, I do. Thank you. Hope you have grand weekend plans you're looking forward to.
My parents are going away tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Banger. Here we go.
I already got in trouble a couple times.
Yep.
No, I think they're coming home during the night, and they don't trust my brother either, so he usually watches me. He bought a house across from the high school, not that he'd care, but he's supposed to. Yeah, okay. Any big plans for you?
Not right now. Nope. Can't say I do right now. Spending little daddy-daughter time tonight because my wife's going out with some family members, so I don't know what we're going to be doing. I'm not a big, I don't want to watch TV.
Pardon the interruption. As always, we thank you for your participation and support in practicing our safety.
All right, here we go. Let's finish off this one here. We did x squared plus 6x plus 9. When you're done double distributing the 2x minus 4s, you should get 4x squared. Take a look. This might be a little bit tougher. 4x squared. You get negative 8x and negative 8x in the middle for negative 16x, and then the last number should be 16, equal to 8. All right, we got a lot going on. Let's clean it up. Let's clean it up. I got 5x squareds up here. Let's see, 6x minus 16x, negative 10x. And then 9 and 16 give me 25. All right, your next move. Equal to 0. Perfect. So let's move the 8 over. 5x squared minus 10x plus, why am I drawing a blank? 17. All right, nice. Your next move. From here. Well, you could try to factor, right? Some of you don't want to touch that, though, because you got a 5, a negative 10, and a 17. All right, you don't have to touch it using factoring. I could use quadratic formula, yep. And then remember that it will be given to you on the formula sheet, all right? That is a formula on the formula sheet. What's my B value up here? Negative 10, so when I plug it in at the first part, it's going to be 10, plus or minus. You guys know how I feel here, hopefully. I do not recommend plugging in B, A, and C yourself and trying to figure it out. Something's going to go wrong. How else can I figure it out? Store it. Store your A. Store 5 in for A, negative 10 in for B, and 17 in for C, and see what's equal to B squared minus 4AC. So you can go to your calculator. Here you go. Store 5 in for A. Negative 10 in, right? Negative 10, right? In for B. And what, 17 in for C. And then ask your calculator, what's the value of B squared minus 4AC? Negative 240. Guys, I think we could stop now, can't we? I don't know if I have to go on. Why don't I have to go on to answer this question? In the radical, meaning what type of roots am I going to have if I have a negative underneath the radical? Okay, we're done. No reason to find the roots. No reason. They're both imaginary because it came out to be a negative underneath the radical. Would you take the square root of it? Okay, if you take the square root of it, yeah, that's why, because you can't take the square root of a negative number. Ian. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Go say that again. Oh, you want to graph 5x squared minus 10x? As long as you move the 8 over. Yes. And then see it doesn't touch? Yes, that's fine. Yep. But yes, what's that? That means the roots are equal if it touches once. Okay? And I would have gotten a 0 in the radical. I would have gotten a 0 for b squared minus 4ac if the roots were both. Okay, good. Good questions. Anybody else? Good stuff. Mike, what you got going with the hair here? I just noticed that as I'm trying to teach. It's kind of got the big slope there. Everything all right over there in the corner during the lockdown, or did I miss something? All right. Stressful? All right. I was just teaching. I was like, whoa, Mike's got like an anthill going on the right, on one side of his head, but hey, it's all good. What? No, I haven't actually. I've been slacking. He's going to be pretty ticked next time I go. I just don't have any time. Like when it's time for a haircut, I just go to the new place over on Delmar Barbershop. It's like in behind across the street from Tools. back there. That's all I got time. He's never busy. Maybe that's a bad thing, but he's never busy. I walk right in and I'm out in 10 minutes. So instead of driving all the way to Rotterdam, that's a half hour right there. And who knows if Frankie's going to have a wait. All right. Which binomial is not a factor of that expression? Not a factor. Not a factor. All right. You want to try to factor it, Jason? That's what I assume most of you would try to do. All right, let's try to. Yeah.
Let's try. Let's just try.
Let's try to. You're going to group it probably, right? Okay, I'm trying to get in your heads and thinking what you guys would do. All right? So I would expect all you guys to try to factor it by grouping. What can you take out of the first one? X squared, and I'm left with x minus 11. All right, what do you take out of the next one? It's not a 16. 16 doesn't go into 84. You can only take out a 4, right? And anybody going to see the problem we're going to run into?
Not the same.
Yeah, they're not the same, so you can't group it. So we have to have another method of figuring out if these multiple choices are factors or not. Anything?
What about the division thing?
Okay, there's one way. All right, is you could take, ready? You could take choice 1, put the -2 in the box, right? Take choice 2, put the -4 in the box, divide. You're right, it is. For this problem, it is, because there's a shorter way. But if that's the only thing that pops in your mind, do it. All right, do it. You don't have to come up with the shortest way. Nobody's going to know how you solved it. All right, but yes, this is one way to synthetically divide and see which one does not have a remainder of what. Because we're looking for not a factor. Should have not, one of these is not going to have a remainder of 0, and that's going to be our answer. All right, so what's the shorter way? Here you go, ready? If x plus 2 is a factor, everybody, what must be a solution then? X equals -2. And if that's a solution, when you plug it into the problem, you should get out 0. So one of these, when I plug in the opposite, I'm not going to get 0 out. And that's going to tell me that one is not a factor. Because with a solution, when you plug it back in, you should get 0 out as an answer. So one of these, I am not going to get 0 out. And the key word up there is not a factor. Don't get all happy if you get 0 out. That's not one I want. Is it much hotter in here? Yes, thank you. I always think it's cold in here, but for some reason right now I think it's boiling in here. Yes, I do agree with that. Okay, sorry I brought it up. After storing all these numbers in, which one did not come out to be 0 when I put in the solution? 2. Yep, so x plus 4, not a solution. So if you had to synthetically divide, you would. Okay, big deal. All right, but again, when you plug a solution in, and if it's truly a solution, you should get 0 back out. All good. And finally, oh, never mind. Sorry, I got 2 more to do. 26. Sorry, Mary. Where's this one then? Where's this one then?
There he is.
I was just going to say, where's this one then? All right. Okay, read through it. I want to identify what type of problem it is. And don't tell me probability. Let's go. Read through 26, please. Read through 26. I know it's a probability problem, but what type of probability problem? I've heard it a couple times already. It's a given probability. Yep. So we got to know the formula. Got to know the formula. All right. I always like to turn the question into symbols or letters. What's the probability a volunteer will get well? What do you want that one to be? Get well. What's A for get well?
W.
All right. Hey, there we go. There's a thought. Probability the patient gets well given they receive the drug.
D.
I was just going to say D for please don't be a disappointment. Please don't be a disappointment.
I really want a brownie.
Go. Let's go.
Bring my own.
All right.
When I fail, I'm gonna bring my own.
You have to eat outside. You're not allowed in with the cool kids. All right, here we go. According to the formula, if I'm going to find W given D, on top should be what? W and D.
Yeah.
And what should go on the bottom? The given D. All right. Let's see how much info this problem gives us. Does it give us getting well and given the drug? Getting well and the drug. Do we have that probability? 40%. Everyone see that? Probability of the volunteer receiving the drug and getting well is 40%. So 0.4, turn into a decimal. Now here, watch yourself here, because you don't see any more numbers up there, do you, other than the 40? But given the drug. I know you don't see a number for it, but read it. Read it. Half of the volunteers received the drug. So what am I putting on the bottom? 0.5. Yep. Or you could put half. Did you guys put 1/2?
Yeah, I thought that too.
No. Half of the volunteers received the drug.
Yep, I would.
And the probability then would be 0.8, so about an 80% chance that they'll get well if they were given the drug.
I'm waiting. I am waiting.
For some reason, don't ask me why, I didn't think you were talking about yourself. I thought you were talking about these people. And I'm like, they got well because they probably had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, now we're way getting awkward here. All right, sure. Whatever. It does. Yep. Every day I think after you guys leave that over the summer the guidance department was like, you know what, let's get the most awkward seniors all together and put them with me. So.
I think we're just entertaining.
It is entertaining in here.
Yeah. My mood last year, terrors. Oh, wait, were you with terrors? Yeah. I cried in that class like every day. It was terrible. We could never learn anything. You know, just dropped out.
31. Here we go. 31. 31. Wish I could have been there. Okay, I give you guys a function. Is it odd, even, or neither? Now it says algebraically. I did show you how to do it graphically, though. Anybody want to remind us how you can figure out if it's even or odd graphically?
Oh, it's
we remember that?
Opens up and then opens down. They both open up.
Oh, you guys are getting confused. Can you graph that for me, please? Graph that for me on your calculator. And remember how the graph helps you if it's even or odd? We wrote it down too. You guys, I'm going to have to go over all. It's okay. I'm going to have to review all of this because you guys are getting confused with a different concept. No, you guys are getting confused with a different Nope. You guys are getting this. Ready? Rachel? If it's reflective over the y-axis, it's even. Remember, if you flip it over the y-axis, it's even. And if it goes through the origin, it's odd. Okay, let me explain all this at the end because you guys are getting confused with a different concept. Okay. Yes, let me go through this problem first, and I'll go over both concepts. All right. But you can't just say it's even because the graph looks symmetric to the y-axis. You can't say that because it says algebraically. So here's how we determine algebraically if it's odd, even, or neither. You plug negative x in for x. So everywhere you see an x, plug in negative x. So ready? Negative x raised to the fourth minus 3 times what? Negative x squared, and then minus 4. Okay, watch what happens. Anybody know what's going to happen here when you raise a negative to the fourth? Negative times a negative times a negative times a negative. Positive x to the fourth. What's going to happen right here? Negative x squared. Positive x squared, right? So minus 3x squared minus 4. What happened? It's nothing. It's the same as the original. If that happens, we say the function is even. Okay. It's an even function. Now, what would it be if it was an odd function? The exact opposite of everything. So negative x to the fourth plus 3x squared plus 4. If the function is odd, when you plug in negative x, everything comes out to be the opposite of what it originally was. No. Well, I guess if every exponent's even, but if one's even, one's odd, you better plug in negative x. Okay, here's what you guys are thinking about right now with this whole ends up, down stuff. All right, that's called end behavior. In this case, what was my highest exponent? 4. So what that 4 tells me is that it's going to end up or both down. That's what that 4 tells me. Okay, see the graph? It ended up, right? Well, how did I know it was going to end up versus ending down? What's the sign out in front? So if it's positive and the highest exponent is even, then yeah, it's going to end up. If its highest exponent is even and it's negative, it's going to end down. Okay? The exponent tells you that. This is totally different than what we're doing here, which is if the whole thing is even or odd. Okay? This is how you test. Ready? Here, real quick. Let's see. Is this going to be, is it going to end both up, both down, or opposites? Opposites, because it's an odd, highest exponent's odd. Specifically, low to high or high to low? Go ahead and check it. High to low. And the reason it's high to low, the negative. Because now do 3x to the third. It'll go low to high. Okay? Guys, this has nothing to do with the whole function's even or out. The highest exponent will tell you how it starts and ends, though. Yes, Don. Mm-hmm. Okay, if it's neither, it didn't come out to be the same, and it didn't come out to be the opposite. Neither then. Okay, and also you can always do a quick check on your calculator. Because remember, if it's even, symmetric with the y-axis, odd, symmetric with the origin. Okay? Maybe symmetric with, I don't know, here you go, ready? Let me pull this one on you. X squared minus, I don't want to do that. How about this? X minus 2 all squared. Watch this bad boy. Shoot, I don't even know what that is. Try this again. I get all fired up. X minus 2 Here you go. Ready? That's a neither one. Why? You can't flip it over the y-axis, right? And certainly not through the origin because there's nothing here on this side. If I take this point and go through the origin, there's nothing here, so that's a neither one. Yep. All right, all good? Questions? All right, can try out these at least 27, maybe get to 29?
Can I go to that?
Yep, go ahead. I don't roll that way. I don't roll that way.
It's